Good morning, Leadworks engineers. Today we have another exciting episode, and I do mean exciting, and I do mean episode of Weekend Workshop, where we discuss the ongoing development of Leadworks game engine as well as other things. I need to change the date here. I just copied and pasted the slides from March 22nd. And a lot of other stuff going on as well. So if you're new here, what is Leadworks? Leadworks is a game engine. It's really it's very powerful, but it's meant to teach complete beginners with no background in development or programming how to make their own games. And before I wrote a game engine, I wrote a program called 3D World Studio. This is a level editor for making video games, and this was back when I was using a programming language called Blitz 3D. One of the people and I sold that program, and one of the people who bought it used that to make the levels, all the levels in a game called SCP Containment Breach, is probably the most famous one. I wasn't involved in the development of that game, but it was still very cool to find out that my software helps to bring that to life. And then, of course, I went on to create Leadworks, and we have some other stuff coming up now. So let's get to that first, because I think that'll be very interesting to people. SCP Containment Breach. Surprisingly, it was never published to Steam. The original game was never published to Steam. There's some modded versions, but the original game is actually, like, you can only find it in a few rare places. I thought this was very sad because it's such a great experience. I wanted you guys to be able to access it very easily, like a safe version of the game that's distributed by a reputable software company. And so I had a discussion a while back with Undertow Games, and they were gracious enough to allow me permission to be the curator for this game on Steam. So the Steam page went up yesterday, actually. So it has to stay up for at least 2 weeks before it's released, but it's pretty much ready to go now. So this is the original unmodified game, the original indie horror classic. It's available on Steam right now under that link, or you can just search for SCP Containment Breach. And I'm planning, hopefully this will happen. I'm planning to include a new build of the original 3D World Studio as a modding tool. Probably it will be like a separate launch option when the game starts, and it looks like it'll probably be possible to get that updated for Windows 10, 11. I'll have more information about that later. So I don't want to change the game into some. I don't want to, I'm not trying to. I want this to be the original game, but there's also like some things that we could do to it that I think would be acceptable without changing the original, experience of playing it the way it was meant to be. So one of those things would be mod support, because that would allow users to create mods and tweak the game to their liking, but at the same time the vanilla version would still just be the original game as it was meant to be played, and that could be easily achieved just by overriding the Blitz 3D file read command with one that checks for a separate checks for a mod for the same file in a mod folder in a separate folder, and preferentially loads that. Of course, I did a lot of Blitz 3D programming, so that stuff should not be very difficult for me. 3D World Studio itself is actually written in another Blitz language. It's written in Blitz Plus using OpenGL for the graphics. Another thing that came up, another good suggestion, was translations. And that seems like another thing where it would be pretty logical to do without changing the original intent of the game. So there's a lot of possibilities. Again, this just went up yesterday, but you should add it to your wish list. because the higher that number goes, the more popular it will be in the free section on Steam, and it'll just bring the game to a new audience, to a much wider audience than it's had before, of people who maybe haven't played it before on Steam, or they've heard of it but they just have never played it because it wasn't available very easily. So yeah, definitely SCP Containment Breach on Steam, developed by Undertow Games, published on our Leadworks software account. Add it to your wish list, and it's really great. Do we have any questions about that before we continue? Because I know there's some SCP folks here. John, SCP update announcement when? John, I see your it sounds like your microphone is making noise, but I don't hear anything from you. Just FYI, if you're trying to talk. Yeah, John SCP. What was the prompt? It was like you press a button and John appears and he tells you about SCP. This is a joke, right? Okay. Is the building tool being developed I don't know.
Right now, RN.
Oh, RN.
RN right now.
3D World Studio. I have the source code for it. I wrote it. It doesn't. No, it doesn't have to be developed. Like, it's already developed. It was finished like years ago. The program's from like 2006. No price. It's free. The only price is the amount of fear you think you can withstand by playing this game. Because it's very scary.
Yeah. Well, it's also really cool to see a re-release of your old program where people trying to track that down. So that's really cool too.
Yeah. I'll probably. I think it would probably be appropriate to change the title to like SCP Editor. I think that would make more sense, because if people see like a launch option that says 3D World Studio along with this, it's not going to be very clear like what it is. If it just says SCP Editor, then it's like, oh, okay, this is the modding tool. Explorer is typing.
You just wanted to ask if it was free and you left.
Okay, I guess he got what he wanted.
Yeah.
But there's a DLC you have to buy if you actually want to use the program, and it costs $5,000. Will the visual scripting editor ever get the nodes you can add in without a component to an object? Like, possibly you can right click and see a menu of different things as wait functions that you can add. Something. Okay, so he's talking about Leadworks, about the game engine. Yeah, so like stuff like that in the future is what I would like to add. It's not the highest priority right now, but we'll get to the engine in a minute. But yeah, I'm generally in favor of stuff like that. I'm not saying no.
Saying maybe someday.
I'm not saying maybe someday.
Like static components or something, they're just always available.
Oh, my bad. I just came back from something. I thought you guys were on the engine topic. ALR, all right. No, we were just talking about SCP Containment Breach, which was... you can watch the video. Okay. Let's get back to this. Oh, this is a very nice... by the way, this is a very nice image from Doomage, the famous creator of Lone Water. I don't know why that isn't on Steam already. He would be rich if he did, I think. He would sell a few copies. I think he would probably make up his $100 Steam Direct fee. But he looks like he recently got into Leadworks 5, and looks like he's having fun with it. And I thought this was a very distinctive, cool screenshot for the week.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have some stats for you. I have been doing some work in like the marketing side of things. Revenue has increased, has doubled since the last summer sale. Web traffic has gone up 10 times since January. And that's looking at the web traffic of leadworks.com and ultraengine.com combined. I don't know how much of that is because I'm doing a better job and how much of that is simply switching back to the leadworks.com domain. I don't think there was a big I don't think there was a big like jump the minute I did that, but at the same time there's over the entire web there's probably a lot more links going to leadworks.com simply because it's very difficult to 2014, 2012. That was a very special time where things could organically grow. I don't think they really can anymore. I think everything has to be kind of astroturfed just to become popular, or will just be totally ignored. We just crossed the 400 member mark on Discord. And last week I also set the Leadworks YouTube channel up to be a YouTube partner. I could have done this at any time. I just didn't bother going through the steps. I basically just had to enable two-factor authentication on my account, and everything else was already set up to go. I already had an AdSense account that was just dormant. I did a little experiment with paid views on YouTube. I only spent $25, and it's only gone through like half of that. But it looks like we're getting I can buy views for about 5 cents a view, so that means 2,000 every $100 I spend gets me 2,000 views. So if I want a video to have 10,000 views, I just pay $500 and boom. If I want a video to have 100,000 views, then I just pay $5,000. The YouTube algorithm is basically you can have good content, have engaging content, have a good thumbnail, blah blah blah. But I think what it really boils down to is pay money, get views. That's the YouTube algorithm. I mean, their motto used to be broadcast yourself. Now it would probably be more appropriate for the motto to be shadow ban yourself, because YouTube is where you go to get shadow banned. And that's how all these platforms are. Like, everybody is shadow banned by default. They were only giving you views back in the day because they wanted to be popular, and they were willing to do that initially in order to establish themselves as the leader. But then once they had that monopoly, then the screws tightened and they take away everything that they gave you. So YouTube is all paid advertising now. Like, everything you see on YouTube is probably a paid ad. If you see some Minecraft video, it's probably a paid ad, actually. Like, they probably, like, especially like anything that became popular in the last like 5 years. If you see somebody has like 4 videos and they have like 100,000 views on each one, no matter what the content is, like, I guarantee you they spent a lot of money. Just, I think the algorithm is just like, if you pay $10,000, you can be famous. If it's worth it to you, if you think you can make that money back, then that might be a good investment. But like, the most basic requirement is you got to pay $10,000 to be famous. Anybody can be famous, just pay $10,000.
Hot dog.
I think a lot of these quote unquote famous people on YouTube are just kids who have wealthy parents, and they're just like, "Daddy, I want to be famous." And they just buy views. Maybe after a certain point, maybe once you have enough subscribers, then you don't have to pay anymore, and then maybe you have something that's self-sustaining after that point.
Yeah, and it's all bots too. I mean, my friend, he went on YouTube Live just to like record himself in an alleyway, and he was getting like a lot of bots. It's like, wow, this is really great content. And meanwhile, it's just him in like a dirty alleyway.
What year was this?
Just now, like just once a week.
Was it like the YouTube? Was it the vertical videos, or was it the normal YouTube videos?
Well, all he has is fun. He was just in a dirty alleyway, and he was just talking about his life. And
was it YouTube Shorts?
No, it was like a live stream kind of thing.
Yeah, so
one human being in there. Everyone else was just saying, "Wow, this is great content. You should check out his other stuff."
Oh yeah. I don't really get those kind of comments, but yeah, if you see anything on YouTube and you think, oh, this is what people must like, it's not. It's all someone paid for it to be there. The one thing I'm thinking that now, like Mike at Game from Scratch, I think his channel is probably totally organic. I don't know. Maybe he had to like pay to get it initially, to get it to get his initial popularity. It's possible. I don't know, but I mean, his traffic he's got a lot of traffic, but it's not so much. He's not getting a million views for each video, so he's probably like mostly or all organic growth. I think some of these like Minecraft and gameplay videos channels are probably organic. Some of them are not. And that makes me wonder. Okay. This is something that bugs the hell out of me because I don't like it when people are famous for being famous. So everyone's talking about stop killing games, and they're talking about something called pirate software. Stop killing games destroys pirate software. So everybody's like making these videos against something called pirate software. And
because he had an opinion that no one else agreed with.
No, that's not it. Because I have opinions nobody else agrees with, even though I'm right.
He worked for Blizzard on WoW, and that's kind of his claim to fame.
Wow. Okay, so I'm assuming this is the person.
Yeah, he does a lot of software dev on Twitch as well, and that's kind of where he gives off a lot of his advice.
Okay, he lives in Seattle, so I'm guessing he probably has some friends at like PAX and stuff like that, because they're kind of a group of people that all hang out together and will look down on you if you didn't go to the Holy University of Washington. Wow, so this guy gets so many views. Look at this, 100,000 views. He must be an amazing programmer. Let's take a look at his game.
That way so that you can hotfix. If I wanted to do it, wait, what? Yeah, Neuro is very powerful.
He's just playing somebody else's game. He had a game trailer here.
Yeah, that was like a criticism I was like seeing. It's like, oh, he does live stream, but most of it is just him playing other people's games and looking at screenshots of his code. And it's like, okay. And someone like broke down like his coding methods and everything. And it's like, yeah, this is not.
So why is this person famous? I'm assuming he probably comes from a fairly wealthy family, honestly.
His dad worked at Blizzard too, so that's kind of how he got the job.
Okay, let's look at his amazing programming skills, because he's got 100,000 views. People must be hanging on his every word. Question: do you guys think that this is what people want? Is this popular because people want this?
No, it just looks like a wannabe Undertale.
It looks worse than the average first screenshot we see from like the very beginning Leadworks users. This amazing programmer, wow, and he's getting 100,000 views for each of these things. There's another one that I saw, I don't have any opinion on this guy. I haven't even watched any of his videos. But, he was
the guy that reviewed Pirate Software's code.
Okay, Coding Jesus. He sounds like he must be an amazing programmer. Coding Jesus. That's not pretentious at all.
I don't know who's not giving you a chance, but they should be. Because you're better than most.
He's getting 1 million views. Okay, he comes from a rich family.
I wish I came from a rich family.
He bought these views. Well, let's see. Okay. Yeah, you cannot get these numbers organically. You could like 10 years ago. But I mean, you do not see numbers like this organically. No matter what your content is, I don't believe that their content is just what the market prefers. So, why insider trading should be legal? That's not, yeah, that's totally his opinion. And okay, so yeah, he didn't just make a lot of great videos. He did something else here. I don't know what. Okay, and then okay, now this actually. So now he's making this diss video and bringing up this internet drama. Pirate software, okay. So he included the word pirate software, and that's how he started getting 1 million views, maybe, or maybe this is paid, but like this shit is not. This is not organic, dude. I just like doubled our videos. I doubled our views on the Leadworks crash course video by paying YouTube like $13.
Whoa.
The algorithm is you pay money, you get views. This shit is not organic. This is not what people even want. This is just paid advertising. So don't ever forget that. So the one thing that I did, yeah, it's really weird that like,
Listen, dude, I don't know.
I mean, I've had way more of an impact on the industry than any of these people. And I get like, you know, my videos get like a few hundred views, maybe a couple thousand. They used to get like tens of thousands, but that was before the algorithm, before, you know, everything became paid. So one thing that occurred to me though was it might actually be worth it. I'm willing to give it a try. Like if a game like Doom Dark Ages comes out, just buy it right away and play through it, the whole thing on the first day, and record the whole thing and just me like talking about it as I'm playing. And then just upload like a 6-hour video to YouTube. It might actually be worth doing some like streaming playing a popular game. And it has to be, you can't just pick what you want. It has to be something that's popular right now. And I think you probably have to get it out right away. But that might actually be a really dead simple way it's not free because it's taking it's going to take an entire day to do that. But that might actually be like one possible way of increasing that's probably, I could see that being like the most cost effective way possible of increasing channel subscribers. Because that seems to be what these people are doing. They're just sort of leeching off of something that's already popular, uploading their own video about it, and maybe have some like stupid internet drama and making themselves into this like streaming celebrity, and then once they have that, then they just give you they give you what you want, and then they give you something that you don't want, and it's just popular because they already are popular just due to the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, I mean, I would do it like game engine developer reacts to Minecraft, and just like me, like looking at things and looking at the settings and saying, well, I think this is what they did here. This is very interesting.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Like, this is so unnatural. This isn't even like economics. This is just like gaming the YouTube algorithm. But it is, that could be something that works.
Make sure the thumbnail is you making a stupid face.
Yeah. You got to make that face like you're talking to a baby. People find it reassuring. Yeah, maybe I'll make a video saying like why stop killing games is wrong. Why stop killing games is dangerous.
But but you have to like go back, you have to like
In fact, many people say that it's a form of terrorism. against the United States by the socialist states of Europe. And it's economic terrorism. It's probably misogynistic too. I'm not sure how, but I think it probably is.
Yeah, it's racist also.
It's all that stuff.
And bag of chips.
So, anyways, that's enough. Let's not talk about YouTube anymore. That's the dirty world, disgusting world of YouTube. I'm a YouTube. Hi, algorithm. I'm a partner, by the way, and I love my benevolent overlords. All right, so so like the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been saying that like we don't like. I felt like the learning material was way behind the rest of everything else, the features and the capabilities of the software and everything else, and I felt like a lot of people were getting left behind, like 95% of the users probably. So we now have the Leadworks Crash Course. This is available at leadworks.com/learn. And it's separated into 14 articles with a video for each one, a short video for each one, totaling an hour and 10 minutes. And there's also, on our channel, there's also one big compilation video that weighs in at an hour and 10 minutes. And I also finished the Lua tutorials, which were actually like a lot easier to do because it's less visual. I mean, there's less things that I can do wrong in the editor. Just accidentally clicking the wrong thing, or you have to have it requiring a certain file to be there. It's very easy for me to just write code and talk. And all the tutorials, like I didn't have any script or any plan of what I was going to do. I just knew the topics I needed to cover, but all the examples I wrote, I just made up on the spot. That's 10 articles, and there's an hour and a half long video. Of course, each article also has its own short video, and these go over, things. It teaches you how to code Lua for Leadworks starting from zero knowledge. So that's really good. And the feedback has been very, very positive on this. I was really wondering, like, how many people don't... I mean, this is stuff that everybody should already know. But a lot of it was already written in the tutorials, but it seems like until I make the video, it's not real. That just seems to be people's preferred method of learning.
Just think of that author meme. This stuff doesn't, like, I forgot how it went. It's like, this stuff doesn't apply to me because I can't read.
I don't know what the meme is. But
I gotta find it.
The feedback here, here's some comments I got, like on YouTube and elsewhere. This engine is so clean. No bloat, no BS, flashy features nobody is using, and now clean BS-free tutorials. I'm loving this. Absolutely loving it. I swear this engine blows the others out of the water. I know you've still got big plans, but things like this are what will make this engine a major success. He's probably right about that. Thank you for posting the Leadworks 5 tutorial videos over the past few weeks. They are so very concise and easy to follow. Leadworks 5 seems easy to dive into and really accomplish something. Keep up the great work. And then all caps, finally a Lua game engine that I can use for Steam! Thank you! I've watched all the Lua tutorials on YouTube. First time I'm really understanding coding. Wow, that's a very good compliment. I'm glad that that's working out for you. Seriously, short and to the point.
That's high praise.
Yeah, that's a really short and to the point. Thank you. I love this tutorial. Everything you did and how you explained it. It was very informative. I'm able to grasp what you were showing us. Awesome. Great tutorial. Really helpful to get a basic understanding of Lua. Thanking you. Great job, Josh! As long as my project coming closer to done a deal with... As long my project coming closer to done a deal with creating all of 3D modeling and preparing the scenes to build the game that I'm work on, as short all will dive deep in the programming this digital magic to make my goal come real. English probably isn't his first language, and whatever language he speaks, his English is probably a lot better than any foreign language that I speak. Okay, so any questions or anything about the tutorials before we continue to the next topic?
Yeah, that was the meme.
That sign can't stop me because I can't read. Well, I don't know. Just people seem to video seems to be the preferred method of learning, and I don't like recording videos honestly, because it takes forever. But It seems to be highly effective.
Right. I think it's a better alternative than staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning trying to figure out how to make something work.
Yeah, I never watch videos. I cannot stand watching a video tutorial.
There was no videos. I mean, I learned by examples and people on the internet helping me and like pointing me in the right direction. There was no videos like, hey, I'm gonna explain this language to you on how it's applicable to you. You can't go on YouTube and watch a video game like right now. You can't go on YouTube and find C++ tutorials on LegWorks because there aren't any. You just get generalized C++ stuff or how to use other libraries. But it's really great that there's a Lua section and goes over the basics of Lua and how you apply that to.
Yeah, it's very, very, very focused. I mean, if you just like go to the Lua programming reference, it's a lot more disconnected. So there is a lot of value. I think everybody who watches our videos is perfectly capable of reading. I think it's just that videos for a lot of people who don't think the way I do, like video seems to be definitely their preferred method of learning. I always like learn just by like copying and pasting examples mostly.
Yeah.
Official documentation usually is bad. I don't know, like with stuff like I really learned to program with like Blitz 3D, and the documentation for that was pretty good. Lord Thunderballs. I am part of a few communities that died when their servers got shut down, Section 8 and Fractured Space. Well, I mean, what I'm saying is like, by not shutting down that game, it would really be a disservice to you because it would make the game less valuable. I mean, if the game only exists temporarily in space-time, then it's like a special memory you have forever. If you can always go back and play it, then it's not as special. So it really increases the value of your games. We're delivering more value by shutting down your games, is what it really is. And furthermore, I mean, it's like, how many did you buy every DLC that came with that game? Yes? Okay. Well, how many copies of the game did you buy? He's typing. One. Yeah, so there's your problem. Okay, do you expect the CEO of EA to only have one house? Should he only have one yacht?
Yeah, stop being selfish and think of other people for once.
Yeah. I mean, you really have only yourself to blame.
Well, let's take away his old yacht, since it should be a memory for him.
Oh, that's socialism.
They leased it up anyway. So
he probably has a ton of houses in The Sims. Exactly. That's where I own all my real estate, in The Sims. In the metaverse. I don't know what the topic is. I just came in 2 seconds ago. Okay, the video will be up, available later. We're just goofing around and having fun. Okay, so if buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. No comment. As long as you're not talking about my software. Okay, so here's all the things coming up, and you'll notice I'm really I'm trying to all of this together. This is and I haven't even talked about, of course, we have our own SCP game in development, but basically, I think just being a game engine developer, it puts me in a weak position, because it's like, hey guys, I made this software for you. Now, it would be really great if you could make a game. That's kind of I don't know. It's just, there's too many people like that. I think a better position to put myself in is, hey, I'm a successful game developer. I mean, how many of these, game engine developers have ever released a game. I have released a game.
Unity hasn't.
Huh?
Unity, the entire company, hasn't released a game yet.
Yeah. I have published a game. It wasn't written with Leadworks, but I have done a lot of VR projects for NASA using Leadworks and using my own tools. And I am working on a game using Leadworks right now. And using my own tools is a really, really great way to figure out what needs to be added and what parts of it need to be improved. So I'm trying to change this positioning to where it's like, well, I'm a successful game developer. Leadworks 5 is my secret weapon I created to efficiently make my own games. And I'm going to teach you how you can too. That's kind of what I want to do. And also, if you can reach into the consumer side of that, I think that puts you in a much stronger position than just being pure technology. Because when I even hear the word game engine, I just think of some open source abandoned GitHub repo, which is what most of them are. So that's kind of a general idea of why I'm doing all of this. And, of course, I wanted people to have the original SCP Containment Breach available to them on Steam because it wasn't there. And thanks to, I owe big thanks to Regalis and Undertow Games for giving us permission to do this. Really appreciate it. But that also is a nice preparatory step for the release of our game code named SCP Redacted, which is available, which you can see a little bit about at leadworks.com/SCP. Okay, so here's all the stuff coming up. Leadworks 5 needs to be released, and the only things that need to be done now are the Marble game racing template and just bug fixes. I feel like the people who needed tutorials, I feel like they have enough to chew on for a while now. Still want to do more, but I feel like the tutorials are now more even with the rest of the engine now. I thought the tutorials were way behind everything else. And that that's also because you can't do the tutorials until everything else is finished. Because otherwise you're just going to have, especially if you're doing videos, because otherwise you're just going to have to go back and re-record everything. The release of SCP Containment Breach on Steam, we can do that anytime after 2 weeks after the page is first released. I would prefer to get the wish list numbers up as high as possible. So I don't have any numbers yet. So we'll just see what those numbers are doing. And of course, if possible, I'd like to have 3D World Studio updated and distributed along with the game at the same time that launches on Steam. And then I also want to publish the SCP Redacted Steam page. And I think the requirement there is we need a gameplay video, and I want to show I want to show some new screenshots of level design. We have a new artist that we're working with right now. He hasn't been formally announced yet as part of the project yet, but we're getting there. So I'm losing my voice. That is everything I have to talk about.
Very cool.
Let's see. A lot of comments here.
Yeah. You seem to be very cautious about 3D World Studio's re-release.
Well, I don't. I'll be less cautious when I see it working.
Understandable, but I really think that would be what separates you from everyone else.
That and the fact that Undertow gave us permission to publish the game. The building aspect of Leadworks is really good selling point. A lot of engines out there feels like Leadworks game the entire mile, and a lot of it goes the extra mile. So building aspect, do you mean the level design tools? Explorer is typing. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's actually why I did not join Unity when they asked me to. Back before Ledworks existed, they wanted to hire me just because they saw 3D. I showed them 3D World Studio, but I was like, you don't like. How can you make a game without a level, without a map, without any like map design tools? I think Josh is joking about wanting games to be killed. No, I think we need to keep killing games. We need to kill more games. Hashtag keep killing games.
Yeah.
You could do a publishing deal of selected Ledworks games. That's exactly what we do. I promote your games. So one way that I do that is the
It's on the Ledworks page.
Yep. One way that I do that is the Ledworks Games bundle. I have some more stuff coming out that's probably going to be added to this. Some more games out there. People who participated in this bundle told me that their sales went up 3 times. And I think the Ledworks, when Ledworks 5 goes out, I think they're going to see a pretty significant increase in their sales. I also I haven't done very many yet, but I've been meaning to. I'm writing reviews and making them appear on the publisher page, on the Ledworks publisher page. I only have 78 following, guys, so everybody needs to follow the Ledworks publisher page here.
Let's bump you 5 followers.
Huh? I don't. Yeah, I know. Well, fortunately, like Steam is like one platform that hasn't gone in that direction. What the heck are you doing, Discord? You're not even working.
Yeah, I was just joking, but yeah.
God, look at this graphical glitches on Discord. Yeah, so everybody, please press the follow button on the Ledworks publisher page right here. I don't know how quickly it refreshes. Oh, it refreshes. Okay, 2 more people. Come on, guys. These are rookie numbers. Let's get it up to 100. Come on.
My Steam wasn't loading the web page, and so it's not. I haven't.
I'm afraid to load Steam because a bunch of games that don't play are gonna update.
There's SCP Containment Breach under upcoming releases. Thank you again, Undertow Games. So there's Undertow, publisher, Ledworks. Please add this to your wish list. I know it's a free game, but the more people who add it to their wish list, the higher up it will push it in the free game section. And what effect do you think that will have on the popularity of the Ledworks publisher page?
Number go up.
Number go up, exactly. And that's why we need to keep killing games. Okay, so I need to fill this in with the other games, but because there's a lot more, and I just haven't done it yet. Okay, so number go up. What do you think happens to the number of sales, the number of traffic that your games are getting through the Ledworks Games bundle? What effect do you think that's going to have? Number go... Nobody knows?
Up?
Number go down? No, number go up. So
I got it right. I got the question right.
Yeah. So yeah, please add SCP Containment Breach to your wish list. Let's watch the trailer because it's pretty good. It's pretty cool what they did with this. Talk about telling a story, man. The music just sets the mood so well. Sounds like romantic and old, nostalgic, and also frightening. Really nice effects there.
I don't know if that happened to you, but the image of 173 burns into my retinas a little bit.
So that trailer is just the trailer itself, what they did with that is just magnificent artistry. That was so well done.
It was good.
I mean, all they're showing mostly is just like some static screenshots, and you're just panning across, and they made it like so very, very engaging. Here's a shot of 3D World Studio loading at an SCP level. So
will, in theory, if 3D World Studios does ship, will they be able to load up any map from SCP or only a select few?
Not sure yet.
Aren't the map files like available or?
It is to be determined.
Okay.
No further comment.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm cautious about saying things because if you say something, then people are like, "You promised."
Right.
The only thing I promise is to keep killing games. Hashtag. Explorer is typing. Let's see what he has to say. He has some interesting things to say. He's an interesting man. Game jams, yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's get the engine out first. But yeah, we used to do 3 game jams a year, and
yeah, and you got participation prizes too. I got my shirt. I got my posters. I got a lot of cool things.
Yeah, that's called corruption.
I like my shirt. I never wear it. Only wore it once. But I like it. I have my sticker that I never applied because I know I only have one of those.
They like being bribed. Yeah, so the way these work is they do they're a month long. We would normally do one for Halloween because everybody loves horror games. We would do one in Christmas, and then we would have like the winter games and the summer games. Like it's kind of sounds like the Olympics. And the thing that works out the best is to make it a month long, and then if I have a prize like first prize, second prize, third prize where people are competing, that actually makes participation go down. At one point, I was giving out like a Steam controller or something, and like participation went way down because everybody's just like, I won't get it. If I have a participation prize, like I was sending out like t-shirts, which I don't know if I can do that anymore because the shipping is so expensive now. And then that was fine. But then if I didn't have the participation prizes, then the participation was was the same anyways. So it's really like people don't want a competition. They just like
a reason to do something.
Yeah, they like, being part of a group that is doing something. And then, of course, at the end of that, I would make like a compilation video. Sometimes I had like some minor, YouTube streamer type people like review it. And I would kind of like try different things each time. Um, and yeah, it's good to have a theme, but like it's just kind of a suggestion. You don't have to stick with it. Um, I don't know what Hunger Game. I know it's a TV show, but I don't. And I think there's some girl with a bow and arrow. That's all I know about it. So archery games. I don't know.
I think I don't know, but I don't know. I think there has to be something for participating, even if it's like just something on the forum or something.
I think you just want another shirt.
I do want another shirt. The other
He
shirt
admits
is
it.
From,
Keep killing games. Hashtag.
That shirt is actually a relic.
If you lose, you're forced to fix bugs at Ledworks HQ forever. So basically, you have my job. What does that say about me? Okay. I love game jams to learn how to use Lua for game logic. Yeah, it's just good to have a deadline where you actually have to release something, because then people, like, instead of saying, oh, it's not good enough, I just need one more thing, they just, okay, I can't, it forces you to say, okay, I'm not going to do this, You just start cutting features, and you actually release something, for better or worse. Sometimes it'll be terrible, but it actually gets released.
I think something else that would be cool is component jams. I think Thirsty Panther did a script jam where someone was trying to make the best gravity gun or whatever, and I think just having just components, that'll actually be beneficial too, because people will be able to download them and use them for their games too.
Yeah, that would be interesting. To appropriate launch timing. Ledworks 5, the things that have to happen is I need to make the marble game template at least, and then we just have some important bugs that need to be fixed, and then it will be ready to be released. I'm not planning a lot of big features or anything. I think it's pretty much ready. I just have to polish up some stuff. Got demo copies, and the winner gets a full copy key. Demo copies of what? Oh, so they're using the demo to make the... I see. Yeah, I don't think people would do very well. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we could try it. I do plan on having a demo version, like a 30-day trial.
I have a question. When are we going to see when are we going to see those videos added to the editor? Those Lua tutorials.
What? The
videos.
I have to when the next update goes out, I need to. So right now, the video browser, there's a built-in video viewer, and it's the first thing that pops up when you start the program the first time, because I didn't want anybody. I wanted to make sure everybody knew the videos existed. Right now, all it does is it searches it looks in one directory, and it just loads all the video files in that directory, and it shows them in order. I need to change that up so that it reads like a JSON file, because it needs to sort them into folders and stuff, because right now it's just a list of videos. So now that we have multiple categories, I need to make it so it is a little bit more fancy in the display of those.
Right. I just think having the offline videos are really helpful, because you don't have to worry about compression or YouTube just randomly downscaling the video when you're trying to read it.
With the Lua programming tutorials, I compressed them in high quality from Adobe Premiere, and I used 125% scaling, DPI scaling, to make the text a little bit bigger.
No, it's not you. It's just YouTube will just randomly just downgrade the video.
Oh, based on your connection speed, yeah.
Because if you watch the Ledworks 4 tutorials that you had, I was just watching just to be I remember this, and then the video would just downgrade, and you couldn't see anything.
Well, it might be time to get a better internet service. Um, so Explorer
No.
says like the videos help a lot because you can actually see the instructions rather than reading on the docs. I cannot relate to that. Like for me, it's like 1,000 times faster just to find what I'm looking for written. I cannot stand watching videos. Like I get so bored after like they can't hold my attention for like more than like 3 seconds. Seriously, like I find it like watching a video tutorial to me is torture. So that's why I mean, it's fine that you guys like it. I'm glad it's helping you, but I'm just saying that like I cannot relate. That's good. I'm glad that you're finding it useful. Thank you. So you guys are learning, right? Oh, okay. Well, everyone who isn't Explorer, like I never did before. Wow. Jeez. That's great, dude.
Very cool. Yeah, I kind of wish I had something like this when I was younger. I kind of just had to fake it till I made it.
Dumage. Let's see what he's saying. Dumage. When are we gonna see Lone Water on Steam, bro? I'll put that. I'll put that in the Leadworks games bundle.
Yeah,
You'll probably
Funny.
make your $99 back.
most likely. Yeah, definitely.
Definitely after Leadworks 5 releases. $100.
It's like $99.99 or something.
Yeah. Oh well, if it's $100, yeah, you probably won't make that. That'll probably be $99.99. Sorry. Lone Water on Steam. Make it happen. Okay, he's must be writing a book because he's taking a very long time to write. Oh, and he stopped. I discouraged him.
So bright future ahead, it seems. Like we got a lot of people in the Discord over the last week.
Yep. Yeah, the summer sale brought in a lot of new people.
Well, it's also the videos. I think it was the right time to release those videos too.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys, if another game comes out that's like, I can't play like a RPG or something really complicated, but if it's something like Doom Dark Ages would be perfect, but it's already 3 months old or however. Something like that. If that comes out, tell me. If it's like a super popular game, and I'll try doing a streaming. If it's something that I can play through in one take in like 6 hours, I'll try doing a streaming video because that seems to be that might be one way to just increase the popularity of the channel.
What? Well, Doom is just popular in general. Maybe you can just do a technical analyst of id Software's technology. That would be kind of interesting.
Yeah, but it would be like, it would have been like much more effective if it was right when the game came out, like within a few days.
Yeah, or at least the series was in the bright light of popularity. I think everyone forgot about that game already.
Yeah. It's so nice to have components, and you guys did a great job putting some already on the engine. I use SCP-173 Poof pretty easily. Oh, he's got a video. We'll watch your video too. That was really cool. He's planning to ship the engine with more components. Yes. The jump from Leadworks 5 in December 2024 to July 2025 is insane. The engine feels way better. Can't wait to see how things are like it for another 7 months or however. And yeah, and a lot of that came about because of your guys' suggestions. I don't think Ex Machina or Storyteller is here, but he was actually like quite insistent on the tools being in the left side column. Um, very polite about it, but he was very insistent, and that was the only reason I tried it. And then once I did, like everybody was like, "Wow, this is way better." So that's and the feedback on that has been doubling meshes ruined Leadworks. Real OGs remember the struggle. What are you talking about? Real OGs remember the struggle. All right.
I never had trouble with doubling meshes.
I don't even know what that
Yeah,
means. I wrote the engine. What is doubling meshes? Okay, let's
know
watch
what
the
that
video.
means?
Let's watch the video. I'll let him elaborate if he wants to. Before we go on, this is Dumage's take on an SCP level. I think he just kit bashed this real quick, and it shows some nice things in it. It shows the he's making a lot of use of probes and environment probes and screen space reflections, and also I believe he used material painting on the floor for those like flesh growth things that are happening on the floor. And it looks like most of the materials here just came from the free materials we have available in the download system. So let's watch. I think that's the material painting right there on the right. Looks quite good.
He also has screen space reflection on.
Yeah. So yeah, Dumage has a knack for I don't even know what you call it, like just setting up an environment. He's got a real knack for that. Like Lone Water just was very atmospheric. Pretty simple. I mean, it was just like walk around, solve some simple puzzles of how to get to the next room, pick up some notes, and read the story. But he's got a real talent for just crafting an atmospheric setting. So I always look forward to seeing what he comes up with. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're talking about two-sided materials. Doubling meshes.
Yeah, never really used them.
They can be good for trees. That's about all they're useful for. But
Yeah.
he had some really weird geometry that was like all these one-sided polygons and then he used double-sided materials to make these like paper-thin walls. So the collision system had some problems with that, and I told him I would add like I would make it so that the mesh collider calculation would detect double-sided materials and double up the geometry if that was the case. Yeah, Crocodile. I've never heard of this program. Is it like a 2D, like top-down kind of thing? Sounds interesting. I'll check it out sometime. It's like a tile editor, but 3D. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, just because of the name. Okay, so that's... Oh, it's kind of cool. Crocodile. It's like crocodile, but for tiles. And it's green. Okay, do we have anything else going on? I think that's all I've got to talk about. I'm not going to talk about the Steam lawsuit right now, because... This is I will talk about this. Oh, I don't want to subscribe. Leave me alone. The deprofessionalization of video games was on full display at PAX East. PAX East felt like a warning. Explosively successful games by solo devs and small teams are great, but it could lead to a dearth of vital specialists. It's all about the jobs. These people really care about the profession. So basically, they're complaining that indie games are successful. Okay, I'll show you how easy this is. Who owns Game Developer Magazine? Okay, it looks like Informa. Okay. Who owns Informa?
I think I already know the answer.
Informa PLC is a public, assuming AI is right, multitude of shareholders, institutional investors. Who are those institutional investors? Blah, blah, blah. Major shareholders, that's what I'm looking for.
Same people own Sony.
BlackRock right there. Okay, so BlackRock is telling you that indie games bad. BlackRock also owns about 4 or 5% of Epic, which is enough to, that even if that's a small vote, but they definitely have influence if they can tank the value of the shares at any moment they want. A lot of these companies are highly leveraged, so a small change in stock price has a major effect on them. So BlackRock is I didn't find this before. Last time I looked it up, I just looked at Lazard, and Vanguard owns part of Lazard. But I mean, it's a mistake to think of it as like one of these investment firms. It's a mistake to look at one of them, because it's really just all of them. They're all working together, but they're in competition with each other. But they own everything, and they will steer everything in their own to their own advantage. So I was telling people, like, last week I was saying, these people, they look at it. They believe that all profit in the economy is rightfully theirs. And anything that goes to you, that's economic waste in their mind. That's inefficiency. That's economic inefficiency. And I have an MBA, so I'm kind of trained to think like these people. I know how these people think. Like, everything's a spreadsheet to them. So, Vanguard and BlackRock and undoubtedly, others. It's not just like one of those firms. It's all of them together who own Informa, who own Game Developer. They're putting out stories saying indie games bad. They managed to, and this is how they managed to spin it, because they can't just come out and say, we're greedy. That money belongs to us. They have to spin it a certain way, but they're putting out stories saying indie games bad, successful indie games, that's bad. And basically that's why I opted out of the Steam lawsuit, the Steam class action lawsuit. Well, they can't. If Epic Game Store were to become the primary, were to become like the major place where games are sold, then yeah, it could stop them easily, because they wouldn't give them any traffic. Like, Valve wants 30%. The firms that own Epic, they don't want 30%. They want it all. It all belongs to them. So do you think that the Prosus, State Street, BlackRock, Vanguard Game Store, the Epic Game Store, do you think that they're going to give you very good visibility in their store? Why would they? They can sell why would they sell your game and take 30% when they can sell one of their own games and take all of it? It all belongs to them. That's how they think. We're in a war, and we're winning, but that's not a reason to let your guard down. Valve, they just want their 30%. Valve does not make a lot of games, so they don't really compete with developers. It's very rare when they do. I mean, obviously, if you release, a VR game on the same day that Half-Life Alyx releases, you're going to have a bad day probably. But they have a very small number of games. They're okay with you making a profit.
They mostly make games to benefit the Steam platform in general, or a new piece of hardware at this point. That's the
Yeah,
reason
it's
why.
I think it tends to be pretty strategic. Or you have something where Dota, where it's just like, you know, an obvious way to make a ton of money, and they know that they can do it. They've got the pull to do it.
Yeah.
No, what's going on is there's a lawsuit against Steam by somebody called Wolffire Games. Epic might or might not be involved in that. I mean, it's possible Wolffire might just be kind of being put up to it. I don't know what their communication with Epic is. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's one or the other. Yeah, like, it could be either way, and neither would surprise me. But there definitely is, like, you see a lot of negative. This is why you always see a lot of negative press for Steam, for Valve, that doesn't really align with reality. Like, you remember when Discord tried to launch a game store? And there was all these stories that, like, oh yeah, Steam's days are finished. You always see this in the regular tech press. They do not like Steam because Steam is a company they don't control. They want to break that up. They really, really want to break Steam up. They want to break Valve up. That's money on the table. That's economic inefficiency to them. They don't want you to be successful. They want you're allowed to be an employee of one of the companies they own, but profit all belongs to them. And that is basically why I opted out of the Steam lawsuit. I do not believe that these people represent my interests. And I would encourage other developers to opt out of that lawsuit because, as I understand it, if a significant number of people do, then it weakens the lawsuit if a huge number of the people who are named in the class are saying that it doesn't represent them. And also, like, you're not going to get very much money anyways, even if it does succeed. You'll get a very small amount. It'll basically just be a big tax on the entire Steam system that you're going to end up having to pay back, like, through reduced sales of your game somehow. Yeah. The lawyers will make a lot. You'll get, $50.
Totally makes up for that 30%.
Yeah.